Bulgarian blind mystic Baba Vanga, who is said to have correctly predicted the 9/11 terror attacks, made some shocking predictions for 2023. Some of Baba Vanga's predictions include the Brexit, the Chernobyl tragedy, the death of Princess Diana, the dissolution of the Soviet Union, the 2004 Thailand tsunami, and Barack Obama's presidency. Baba Vanga's visions are said to be 85% correct. When she died in 1996, she left behind predictions that run until 5079, the year she believed the world would end. Here are Baba Vanga's predictions for 2023. One of Baba Vanga's predictions for 2023 is said to be a solar storm on a scale never before seen. Such a powerful storm predicted by Baba Vanga could result in damage to technology and could even lead to mass blackouts and communication failures. Such events have often been described as the Dark Ages.
Solar storm. Why the next disaster to strike will come from the sun. From the mass grounding of planes to power blackouts, a major solar storm would cause worldwide chaos. Scientists believe it's only a matter of time.
And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun, and power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God which hath power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory.
Another claim by Baba Vanga is bioweapons. She prophesies that a big country will carry out bioweapons research on people. It is claimed that hundreds of thousands of people could die as a result of such experiments.
And when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, Come and see. And I looked, and behold a pale horse. And his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed with him. And power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with sword, and with hunger, and with death, and with the beasts of the earth. And the four angels were loosed, which were prepared for an hour and a day and a month and a year, for to slay the third part of men.
Baba Vanga is also claimed to have warned about a nuclear power plant explosion in 2023. 2022 has already seen a ramp up in all kinds of talks about nuclear weapons, nuclear war, and nuclear power.
Doomsday clock stands at 90 seconds to midnight. Closer than ever to global ruin, First Committee told as general debate continues.
And there went out another horse that was red, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth, and that they should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword.
If women are drafted to the military, I am most excited to see the confrontation between commanding officers and the girls. You think we're gonna let you yell at us? You think we're gonna do something without a please and thank you? We've all had controlling ex-boyfriends. We know not to put up with that bullshit. Like, let's sit down and have a conversation about what you want and what I want, and we'll reach a happy medium. Because there's no way I'm doing what you want when you use that tone with me. You think you can push us around like you do with these men? Think again, baby. You're gonna learn some manners.
In her last prediction for 2023, Baba Vanga is said to have claimed that natural births could be banned and humans would grow in labs. Leaders and medical experts would be able to decide who is born, while parents would be able to customize their traits and appearance, like hair color and eye color. This, of course, is very much in alignment with the current extreme decline of fertility and birth rates, as well as the transhumanist agenda and the planned AI takeover.
So the news just reported that Italy hasn't had no childbirth in 3 months. Is that even possible? So the real question is, what's happening that's stopping people from reproducing? This story of Italy sounds just like a movie that came out a few years ago called Children of Men. When people stop having children in 2027, that's 3 years away. These people that so-called control this world, they never hid what they were trying to do to us. We just closed our eyes because it was so hard for us to believe. The Georgia Guidestones came down a couple years ago, and if you are woke, you should know about the Georgia Guidestones. One of their plans was to keep the population at 500 million. Last time I checked, we was about 8 billion strong. So when the Guidestones fell, they was trying to tell people we no longer need these because it's about to be a reality. Oh wait, so you think these chemtrails is for no reason? Really? After all these years of us eating this kind of stuff, they now want to ban it because it's toxic. The damage is done already. We are 75% of water, so we need water, but we can't even trust the water that we drink. I wonder why. Do not eat the fish if you don't want mercury poison. Where it gets to the point where we can't swim in water is letting you know that things are changing. And we have weirdos like this that's behind the scene acting like they are a guy. They are changing the DNA of the food we eat because they are trying to change our DNA. We can't forget one of the most important ones. Remember the jab? Please don't forget when they was checking our temperatures with a temperature gun, putting it right in the middle of our head. I mean, right in the middle of our head, or I should say our pineal gland. They were sending radiation to our pineal gland. Everything I just mentioned in this video was leading up to this point right here. They are trying to stop women from having children because star seeds are now coming back through every portal. Remember, in the movie Children of Men, no one can have babies except for this black woman. She had the last baby on the planet, a black woman. We are at the end of this matrix.
Scientists have created complete models of human embryos, and no, not with sperms or even eggs, and even without a womb. They have been able to create this marvel from stem cells. The embryo even released hormones that turned a pregnancy test positive in the lab. The researchers at the Weizmann Institute of Science in Israel call it a textbook example of a real 14-day-old embryo. First, let's break down the formation of this embryo model. Instead of a sperm and an egg, the starting material was stem cells. These stem cells were reprogrammed to gain the potential to become any type of tissue in the body. Chemicals were then used to manipulate these stem cells into becoming 4 types of cells which are found in the earliest stage of a human embryo. First, the epiblast cells, which become the fetus. Second, the trophoblast cells, which become the placenta. Then the hypoblast cells, which become the supportive yolk, sac. And finally, the extra embryonic mesoderm cells. A total of 120 of these cells were mixed in a precise ratio, and then the scientists waited for it to develop.
These prophecies are not predictions. These are planned events, knowledge given through divination.
A man also or woman that hath a familiar spirit, or that is a wizard, shall surely be put to death. They shall stone them with stones. Their blood shall be upon them. And when they shall say unto you, Seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep and that mutter, should not a people seek unto their God, for the living to the dead?
We should always seek the Most High through His words and not from the words of others. There are many who uses divination and say, The Most High told me so. Seek the living and not the dead.
So Saul died for his transgression which he committed against the Lord, even against the word of the Lord which he kept not, and also for asking counsel of one that had a familiar spirit, to inquire of it, and inquired not of the Lord. Therefore he slew him, and turned the kingdom unto David the son of Jesse.
You could be caught up in divination unknowingly and receive the same outcome as Saul.
And it came to pass, as we went to prayer, a certain damsel possessed with a spirit of divination met us, which brought her masters much gain by soothsaying. The same followed Paul and us, and cried, saying, These men are the servants of the Most High God, which show unto us the way of salvation. And this did she many days. But Paul, being grieved, turned and said to the spirit, I command thee in the name of Jesus Christ to come out of her. And he came out the same hour.
A person that practices divination or possessed by unclean spirits to see into the future. 5 forms of divination. Cartomancy. This is the practice of using a deck of cards, often tarot or oracle, for divination. Rune casting. Tossing or laying out runes with the purpose of divination. Tasseomancy. Reading tea leaves, looking for specific shapes or signs. Osteomancy. Tossing bones, shells, and other miscellaneous items for guidance. And scrying. Using a medium of your choice to divine or see visions, messages, images, etc.
Daniel answered in the presence of the king and said, The secret which the king hath demanded, cannot the wise men, the astrologers, the magicians, the soothsayers show unto the king. But there is a God in heaven that revealeth secrets, and maketh known to the king Nebuchadnezzar what shall be in the latter days.
These unclean spirits have limited knowledge. This is why people like Baba Vanga is unable to predict dates, times, and events accurately. Not all dreams are from the Most High. Onoromancy, the practice of predicting the future through the interpretation of dreams. Be careful of people who have many dreams. Some are practicing divination. After telling their dreams and you're like, wow, how did they know? Familiar spirits. From such, flee away. Sirach 34 verses 1 to 2, found in the missing books, the Apocrypha. The hopes of a man, void of understanding, are vain and false, and dreams lift up fools. Whoso regardeth dreams is like him that catcheth at a shadow and followeth after the wind. Stop chasing after your dreams and looking for dreams of others to understand future events. Otherwise, you will end up practicing dream divination.
Okay, so I want to talk about dream divination, right? Using your dreams to get answers. Using your dreams to get messages. Like, for example, last night, when I went to sleep last night, it was something I wanted to know. Something I wanted to get clarification on, right? So, before I went to sleep, I had a pen, a paper, and I used a candle, and I used my quartz pyramid, right? And I set all this on the table, and I wrote the question out on a piece of paper, and I set that next to my candle and my quartz pyramid, right? So while I'm doing this, I meditated before I did all this, so I was calm. I was in a calm state. I was ready to receive. I meditated before I lit the candle and before I wrote my question, my intentions down on a piece of paper. And I also took a shower because it helps. I feel like when you take a shower, it helps you channel more. It helps you have clarity. So after I did all that, I sat with it for a minute. I sat with it for a minute. I called upon my ancestors and my spirit guides. Something that I do whenever I'm doing spiritual work. I call upon my ancestors and my spirit guides to assist me and guide me and keep me grounded in what I'm doing, right? So after I did all that, I took that piece of paper and I put it under my pillow. Now, I'm in the bed, I'm getting ready for bed, right? As I'm laying in the bed ready for bed, I keep repeating the question to myself. As I'm getting sleepy, the more I start to fall asleep, I keep repeating the question to myself. And I gave, for the answer, my yes and no, right? I need a yes and no, because you could do like general, like for example, you could ask like, what's it gonna be like at the party tomorrow, right? And that's like a general, so you'll get a dream, and basically in your dream, it'll be a whole bunch of different messages that you can generalize to get your answer. But what I did was yes or no, meaning specifically I was looking for a yes or no answer. So for my yes, I picked the color blue, and for my no, I picked the color red. So while I'm dreaming, that's how I get my answer, from choosing the colors. So I ask the question, I put myself in the bed to rest, to sleep, and I keep asking this question so I can be aware. So as I go into my dream state, I'm still aware of what I'm looking for and what I'm doing. And I also ask my ancestors and my spirit guides to assist me in that, keeping me aware. And if I somehow drift off of my awareness, let's say I end up in some type of crazy dream where I just forget all about everything I did before I went to sleep, my ancestors and my spirit guides will pull me back into my awareness so I can get my answer, right? Now, this just me. This just my experience. I can't tell you how to do yours. I can give you advice. You could do this stuff, but the end result will be different from you. The way you get your message will be different for you. So for me, I had a dream, and in my dream, I kept seeing the color blue, right? So I said, okay, that means yes. I got the answer to my question. The answer I received was yes, right? Now, for example, I've been practicing my dreams lately. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say I got it, because I don't. I'm practicing it though. You know, I'm training in the dream world. I just started doing this. This ain't something I've been doing for so long. I was doing like bits and pieces, but I just started trying to hone in on this because I want to get more and more closer to myself, you know. So, but anyway, I remember, you know. I actually remember the dream when I woke up, so I didn't have to write it down. Usually, you would write your dreams down in the journal. So if you forget, you could go back and look, and it'll also bring in more insight when you read it, right? But this time, since I was just looking for a yes or no answer, and I just happened to remember the dream, when I woke up, I said, yes, I got my answer. So that's something you could do. If you're looking for an answer, do dream divination. Set your intention. Simple. Pen, paper, and a pillow. That's all you need. You don't even need a pillow. You just need to lay down. That's all you need. Just write your question down. You know, set your intentions that you want to remember and you want to be aware. So when you go into your dream, you can get your answer. Put your question under your pillow. If you don't sleep with a pillow, sit it next to you. Put it under your bed or leave it on a nightstand next to you or something. Just leave it close to your sleeping body, you know, so you could get that. Now, like I said, it's different for different people because some people have a hard time remembering their dreams, you know, so they have to write a dream journal. I have a dream journal. I don't always write in it, but sometimes when I feel like I need to write this down, I go to my dream journal and write this down. But lately, I've been actually remembering. Like, I wake up in the morning and I remember. I'm like, oh, I remember. Now, the purpose of writing this stuff down is because as the day go by, you may start to forget bits and pieces of your dreams, right? But I feel like we place limits on ourselves. So, me saying this is just for me. For you, I don't know what you're capable of. Maybe you could go inside of your dream and you can remember it like it's like this 3D world, right? But it's just different strokes for different folks. So I just wanted to say, if you're looking for an answer for something, do dream divination. It's very beneficial. It helped me out a lot. You know, this is the first time I did this, and I actually got success with it. This is the first time I actually purposely went to look for an answer. I always have dreams and about stuff, though. Things always happen in my dreams. I always get messages in my dreams. It just was the first time that I intentionally went to look for something, and it worked. I'm like, wow. So, okay, so I'm going to do this more, you know. Now, like I was saying, it's different for different people. So, you know, you do you and have fun. Be imaginative, be creative. You know, because like I said, I always get dreams, but this is my first time. I have dreams to where I can see the future. Like, what happens in a dream happens here. Nothing changes. Whatever happened, I saw. If I was in the dream doing like this, in this room, with the same surroundings, the same time on the clock, same clothes on, everything, right? A week will pass, and I catch myself doing this. And I'm like, hold on. I dreamed about this, right? Same thing. Nothing changed. Nothing changed. It's like somehow my consciousness went ahead and saw what I was doing and brought it back to me. And I see it. It's not like deja vu when you know how deja vu is like a repeat of something or a copy of a moment or a feeling. Like I feel like it's not that. It's that. It's what I saw. That's what happens. So I'm trying to work on that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like that's one of my abilities that I have, and I'm trying to hone in on that. Lately, I've been trying to hone in on my energies and my abilities because I had got caught up in the books. You know, I was reading so many books and sucking in so much information, but I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling the energy. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm in this feeling mode. I done put the books down for a minute. I still read my books, but I had to put them down for a minute so I can get in this. You know, I wanted to get in the energy and start reading about the energy. But that's all I want to say, y'all. Do dream divination. If you're looking for an answer, do it. Do it. I'm telling you, you're gonna like it. And if it don't work the first time, okay, trial and error. Try it again. And if that ain't for you, then that ain't for you. It's another way you can get your answer though. It's always a way. But you gotta believe it. There ain't no point in asking questions if you're gonna just second guess them anyway, you know.
Be careful of those who say, "The Lord told me so." The Holy Spirit told me so. God told me so. These types of people usually have familiar spirits where they can't tell the difference between the clean from the unclean. Have no fellowship with the fruitless work of darkness,
but rather reprove them. For it is a shame even to speak of those things which are done of them in secret. But all things that are reproved are made manifest by the light. For whatsoever doth make manifest is light. Wherefore he saith, Awake, thou that sleepest, and arise from the dead, and Christ shall give thee light.